Okay. So, hey everybody, we are here all together on December 7th. We made it through November, and you thrived in November. And you guys were worried. A lot of you were worried, and I just want you to know you guys killed it. Every director in my first gen, and the Ullman first gen and the Mannion first gen, every single one of you were green. And I believe that Marie's people were, first gen was all green. So anybody else that had all green, put it in the chat. Let's be proud out loud. And just, you guys did it. And you owned, so many of you owned that 5,000 yourself, especially those of you with small teams. And I want you to practice that again this month. All right. I know I've heard all weekend from people that are struggling and super sellers that are struggling. So if it's you, you're not alone. So we're going to brainstorm today, and we're going to give you some ideas that are working at this time. All right. And for both December and January shows. So one of the things that was shared with me that I'm going to start in January, but we're going to do some teasing up front, not teasing, but setting up. Teasing is the wrong word. I don't know where that came from. Setting up for success in December. But Kristen Coy and Kristen Waringa and others are doing something that's called a 1 week boot camp for developing directors. Okay. And they're not calling it developing directors. It's get the more, what you call it, whatever you like. Okay. But we want people to set themselves up for success through 15-minute videos that the director team will gather together, and each director on the team or several directors on the team will do a 15-minute video, each on a different subject. It's set up to go at like 5 in the morning, and you have until midnight to do the challenge for that day. And in reality, who's up at midnight? Hopefully you're not. Okay. So you can look at it the next day and see if they did what they did. But it's 5 days rather, excuse me, instead of 5 weeks over a month. So they're finding great success. They're running it twice a month. So they do it for a week, they're off for a week, they do it for a week. And they do it with just a handful of personally invited people. And for instance, I don't know if Kristen's on here or not. Is Kristen Coy on? I didn't ask her. I should ask her to speak about it. Okay. All right, we got somebody talking here. Okay,
I'm
going to mute everybody.
Marna's here.
Yeah. Okay. All right, I'm going to mute everybody, and then we're just going to have Marna, Patty, and let me see here. Mute all. And Marna, Patty, and Marie, and myself should be unmuted. Okay. So maybe I can get Kristen to come on and talk about the program. But what we're going to do is we're going to talk about bookings and host coaching and recruiting through the holiday season, so that we can talk to people about when they're on their Zoom calls, asking for referrals. Hey, who's going to need some new income for the first of the year? A lot of people's unemployment is running out, different things like that is going on right at this time. So we can be of help. But most importantly, we want the people that we have right now to succeed. Okay. And we want to give them ideas that are working. All right. So we'll talk more about that after Marna is done talking. She'll probably cover everything anyway, knowing Marna. I'm just excited that we were talking this weekend, and I just wanted to thank her for the wonderful voice that she is on our National Executive Director call. And she's someone that brings the challenges to the table, but then also has solutions to offer. And I really appreciate all that Marna is and all that she does. And her seat at the table is really, really, it's important, and it's very well received. Marna is very, very respected amongst her peers and with the company. And I just love Marna Ross. Okay. Yes. So
Nan, sorry, I don't know. I just accidentally muted you.
all right.
I was trying to admit somebody and I pressed the
Okay.
wrong button. Sorry, Nan.
Do you hear me now? Do you hear me now? So we're going to ask Marna to share with us just some ideas that are working. Her team is doing so well, and we just love Marna. Without further ado, Marna, take it away.
Oh, thanks, you guys. Happy Monday. It's
Happy
just like it's another day in paradise, right? I don't even know what day of the week is. I wear the same clothes every day. There's no need to change because I'm going nowhere. I did my hair just for you. I was trying to get my blinds closed because it's a lot of sun. So anyway, thanks for that, Nancy. You know, the days of me stalking Nancy Jo and trying to get a picture with her, and you know, like having her in the background while Jim would take my picture on a trip, like just so that I could be in her presence. You know, I got the back of Nancy's head many times in my photos because she'd be walking away as I was trying to get that, you know, COVID, that undercover picture. But anyway, today to consider her one of my best friends, and all of you too, you know, Patty and Marie and everybody, all of you that I've looked up to for so long. It's just it's been an incredible ride, and I think that's one of the biggest blessings of this business, is that people that you admire so much become your friends and contemporaries. And so thank you for letting me in. So I'm going to, Nancy and I talked on maybe Saturday, and of course I started working on my notes about 5 minutes ago. So, you know, it'll be the typical Marna crap show here, but no. I do have a theme, and let's run with this. So the first thing I want to tell you is that things are not the way they always have been right now. They are not. There is nothing in life that is normal right now, and there's nothing in our business that is normal. And so the first lesson we have to take away from this is that things cannot always stay the same, and we cannot always depend on things to be the way they were. Now look, back in April and May and June, I mean, we were all like incredulous. We couldn't even believe what was happening, right? And that was an anomaly. It was like you know, just all these forces of nature came together. But there are some things that happened back then that we can work in our favor and get things back if your business, you know, is not as heavy as you want it to be. The word I want you to write down is leverage. We're going to talk about leverage. How you can leverage everything in your business to get you more, to be more, and to have more. And the key is leverage. So what does leverage mean? It means take something and make it more. I always tell people, you got to eke every little bit out of everything that we get in this business right now. If the fish aren't jumping in the boat, when we get one in the boat, we've got to get everything out of that fish. And it's not just taking the low-hanging, easy fruit. It's taking what you get and making it more. So I'm going to give you some examples of what I mean by leverage. And people who leverage get way more out of the business. And they're the ones who have bookings until May. They're the ones who are selling 20, 30, 40, 50,000 a month, because they're doing things that the everyday person is not doing. So what we want to do is you're not going to do all of these things, but you're going to pick some of them and focus on them and get started with bringing your business back to the glory days. And it all starts with, right now, what do we have to work with? So first of all, we have to work with our 10% discount that every single customer was awarded for being a customer April 1, September 30. Now they can spend that 10% discount with anybody, but we want it to be us. When does that 10% discount expire? December 31. So we only have this month to reach out. So how can you do that? It could be text messages. You could go into every party. and put a post in every closed party. Hey friends, just want to remind you, thank you for being a customer back in May. Because you're such a loyal customer and you went through some tough times along with Pampered Chef, I have a 10% discount for you on anything you would like to purchase. Now, to leverage it even more, you would then have a party link that you would post, a party in your name. You don't just send them to your website, put it on a party in your name so that you can collect some host rewards, leverage it that way. You could go back into that party and tag every guest. So instead of just putting a plain post in, do you all know how to tag every guest that's in a party? There's, when you post, there's a little blue person on a computer. It's the little blue tag. And you don't have to like get another screen up to see all the names of the people in the party. The easiest way to tag people is put your post in, click on that little tag, and then where it says tag people, you type the letter A in. All the people who had an A in their name come up, B, C, D, go through the whole alphabet, and you will tag every person in the party. Now on a phone, when you click tag, I believe it automatically will tag everybody, but not on a computer. So you could also send a customer connection email. Now, you could say, you know, everybody who was a customer between April and September, you're entitled to a 10% discount, but I'd like to offer 10% to all of my customer base. If you need some holiday gifts, please message me. I give the 10% to everybody and maybe give 20% to the people who have the 10. So if you're needing sales this month, then we want to work on things that will work right now until the 12th of December. And that 10% discount is something that you could leverage in your favor. All right, so another thing to think about leveraging is when you use Facebook to build your business. So there's, you know, different ways. Some people use their personal Facebook page, which is what I do most of the time, but I also have a Facebook business page, which gets very little action. So that I don't recommend trying to work with. That's what I just use to schedule my parties from, but I have a Facebook group. How many of you have a Facebook group that's a business group, right? All right, so a lot of those can become pretty dead because we don't post in them regularly, okay? So the only way to keep that group going is to do things like Mindy Muscle Banks does. Every single week, she does a prize drawing in her business group. Every Friday, it's Friday prize day. And she'll do some kind of survey, some kind of game, some kind of anything to get people to what? Comment. Because when they comment, it brings that group back to life. And so every Friday, you put it on your calendar to get in your business group and do something to engage, to keep that page, that group going. And then when you do that throughout the week, when you do post things that are relevant, people will see them. But if you don't use that group until you need something, it's not going to work. They will not see it because Facebook has kind of shelved your group and said, this is not an important group. We're not going to send out her stuff. Nobody's even commented in this group. So as an example, my business group was kind of that dead one because I hadn't been doing this and following my own, my own suggestions. But, that's why I have diabetes and I'm fat and I don't take my own advice ever, but, that's another story. So anyway, one of the points that I wanted to say is to leverage the season. So this season, I want to give my customers and hosts a discount because I need sales in December. I mean, because I'm not doing the parties that I normally would do. I can't, there's no time. Plus, it's been a little light on bookings for me for December. I'm not gonna lie, I don't have it. So I decided that I would run my own customer and host appreciation party. Now, rather than go create another group and try to get people to join it, I went into my business group and I changed the banner. Instead of calling it, Marna's Potluck Kitchen or whatever I call it, Marna's, host and guest appreciation event, and 25% off to all of you. And I started to post some relative stuff in that group and let them know that I was going to be running this party. And then I started to run just my regular template, my 5-day holiday template ran right in my customer group. So I had 1,200 people already in the group. Doesn't that make sense to run it right there? So we run the party right in that group. And the trick is to get posts that will get people to engage. So right away, it's got to be something like these silly holiday Scrabble games. We have one that's just some random Scrabble tiles, and it's got a holiday graphic, and I can give it to you. It works really well. And let's see how you are at games. Jot down a game. You know how these things work, but people are so competitive, they will go hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of comments, and all of a sudden your algorithm is restored and you're back in business, back in the saddle. So don't try to just revive a group with, all right, well, here's our popcorn maker. No, nothing. You will get zero. Same with a party. That's why we always do those fun posts first, get them engaged, then hit them with the other stuff. So speaking of Facebook, then, if you want to post on your personal page, which I do, one trick that my daughter and her team came up with is they have what they call, I don't know, party buddies or Pampered Chef buddies or whatever. Whenever one of their directors or their team members posts something on Facebook, like anything, like, hey, we're going to bless some nurses this season, whatever, the army of consultants gets in and starts commenting. I'm in. Wow, good idea. Now, if somebody had the time to go investigate, they probably would find out all these people are consultants. But other direct sales companies have been doing this for years. And the only reason is to boost your algorithm right away. Because right away, it shows Facebook that people are interested in that, and it will start to send out the post. So when you're going to post something on Facebook, you send a message out to your PC buddies or to your family and say, hey, will you get over on my Facebook page and don't just like it, comment. And then the trick is you comment back, because every time somebody comments and then you make a comment, Facebook counts that as two comments, your comment and their comment. So it's critical when you post on Facebook and somebody stops long enough to put a post, that you take the time to respond back, and not just like it or love it, respond. Because if you're going to use this platform, you got to use it to the best. You got to leverage what you're doing. The other thing with Facebook is if you have an important post, like your 25% discount or whatever, you can't just post it one time. You've got to post it every day, different time. You could do a different image, but you don't just say, well, I posted that 3 days ago. Doesn't matter. Everybody didn't see it 3 days ago. So you keep posting it in a different format, a different way. And again, getting your friends and family to come in and comment. That same strategy is working in their parties. So I would be a buddy with Cora, and Cora would be a buddy with me. Cora would add me to her parties, and I would be the outsider commenting in the parties on the post to get the algorithms going. So sometimes you want to tell your host, hey, I've got some friends in the party, so if you see some strangers commenting, don't panic. It's just we're helping to get your party going. It's kind of like in the old days, like when Nancy was a go-go dancer, and she would go and get parties started by go-go dancing in her white boots. That's what she did. She got a party started, right?
And Lord knows I had to pay people to cheer.
Get out of here. No way. But that's what DJs, they pay somebody to get out on the dance floor and get the party started. So anyway, you do that in your parties. Now, if your parties are going along perfectly and great and you don't need these suggestions, you don't need to do them. And you're not going to do all of this stuff, but I'm giving you stuff that I've been hearing and people have been doing, and just giving you tidbits all across the board. So you figure out, where do you need to focus? So anyway, so we're going to leverage Facebook. We're going to leverage our group. We're going to leverage the 10% past toast discount. Okay, so let's talk about leveraging the guests that are in our party. So the host has been kind enough to bring us 25, 30, depending on, how Facebook is doing, how many people get in the group. So what the company has worked on is studying the lifespan of a Pampered Chef customer. And I wish I had enough time to find my notes, but they've done a study to figure out what the lifetime of a customer is. How much do they purchase in their lifetime? Now, we're not talking about, maybe their physical life, but their Pampered Chef life. And it is astonishingly low, how many times they purchase from us and how many times how much money they spend. So the name of the game in any business is to retain customers, to make them yours, not to just get the dine and dash, the one-time purchase, but to somehow. So that's why the company sends emails on our behalf, trying to build that relationship with customers. But don't fall into the trap that people say like, oh, I'm not going to send out about Black Friday because the company did. The best people who maximize Black Friday and Cyber Monday sent 5 and 6 messages out to their customers. They took charge of that. And instead of having the company mantra, it was, you know, their Ray line was, oh my, you know, Marna's got a deal for you, or something like that. So don't feel just because the company is messaging out is enough. You have to put your personal stamp on it and put it on Facebook, send messages out. So in your parties, we want these people to connect with us. So I used to send friend requests to my customers. Now what we have come up with is getting our customers to friend request us. So we could put a post in a party that might say like, hey, I'd love to stay connected with you. I post recipes in my business group and on my personal page. So here's a link to connect with me. And what's the link? It's Linktree. And Linktree, you're not just, you know, we use that a lot for multi-host parties. You use it for your business. Join my business page here, or my, you know, my recipe. Now call your business group something like my recipe sharing group or something. Nobody wants to join a business group, but everybody wants to join. Or join my special discount and recipe group. Okay, click here. So you put your link to your business group, put a link to your personal page. You know how to, if you go to Facebook to your personal profile, just copy the address at the top and put that in. Send me a friend request. So you're putting your personal profile in there, because I like to be friends with customers. Look, these people, maybe it's not you guys, but people that will not let anybody into their personal profile on Facebook, to me, it's crazy talk. You want to be a virtual consultant, but you want to keep your whole life on lockdown? It doesn't work. This is a relationship-based business. All my customers know me. So you want them to like your business page and your home, your personal. So you could put in that post, hey, 20 tickets up for grabs. If you give tickets away, what? It's just paper, nothing. It means nothing, you know? 20 tickets. When you connect with me, and then you give them reasons why. You know, I post recipes, I share discounts and all that. You're going to get people that will click on that link and go connect with you. Yay, we've just now built our business group and all that. And Stephanie's saying you must make your profile public so that people can find you, and that's absolutely true. All of my posts are public. Many times you'll see somebody who posts something and there's no share button on it, and people are saying, hey, make this shareable. It's because they've got their security on their personal Facebook profile locked down. Okay. Sometimes I know that consultants even have it so that there is no even ability to comment on their page. They've got it locked down so tight, nobody could even come out and comment. To me, in the business I'm in, there's no way I can do that. I can certainly, you know, look for their posts, and if it's not appropriate, get rid of it. But all right, so so now we've talked about leveraging guests and party so that they get connected to us. We've talked about leveraging our friends and family to help us get our parties going. All right, now in that Linktree post that I was saying, you could also just say, comment that you've done this for a prize, okay? Now, what are you gonna give them? An e-cookbook. It's all we ever give, an e-cookbook, okay? All right. Another thing you can do to leverage guests in the party is to put a post in asking them to invite friends and family to the party, and when they've done it, click done for a prize. I'm going to get to the end of this, and you're going to find out that every single person in your party is a prize winner. Every single person. I'm going to tell you how you do it. All right, let's leverage the holiday season. We've got 6 days left to make things happen, including today. And it doesn't mean that after the 12th people won't order either. I mean, we're just guaranteeing Christmas delivery. In my experience, oftentimes after Christmas, they still got Christmas delivery, but we have to make sure we don't promised them. So what is top of mind for everybody this year? And this year, top of mind is healthcare workers, the pandemic, the situation we're in. So our team leveraged the healthcare profession and started a campaign to bless healthcare workers with a ceramic egg cooker or a micro cooker or a joy jar, which is the make and take jar with goodies and snacks and words of encouragement in it. And by leveraging what's happening right now and the giving spirit of so many people, we have sold well over 1,000 ceramic egg cookers to sponsor nurses. And have you guys all chatted about this idea? Have you all done anything like this?
People have done it in the past, Marna, but not lately. Go
Right.
ahead.
So this time, we did it maybe back in May when the pandemic started to hit. These people are more weary than ever before. If you have anybody in the healthcare business, they are burned out. And so we created some graphics and we said something like our goal is to bless 50 nurses. And the key was that we told our consultants to find somebody in the healthcare business who could be our resource. We have to have some place to take these, and we have to know like how many are on their floor. So for example, my daughter has a neighbor who's a COVID unit nurse. So she asked, how many people are on your entire floor? There were 50 nurses. And so Amy's goal was to get 50. She's gotten 85 sponsored already. And so the idea is you'll order the ceramic egg cookers. You'll put the ceramic egg cooker recipes in it, maybe a candy bar treat and a tag that says, thank you for the excellent care you give all year round, especially this holiday season. Here's something like in honor of all you do, you've been sponsored by, and then they put the name of the sponsor. So I did this in my party group that I've got going, this 25% off. Told them they didn't get the 25% off on this because this was a special project, and got 50 people to donate at 20 bucks a crack. So we leveraged what's happening and leveraged somebody we know personally and brought it all together and have a campaign to help. It doesn't have to be COVID nurses, it can be nursing home employees. How do you get the donation, Stephanie? In the post we say, contact me to pay by Venmo, PayPal, Facebook Pay. No credit cards, none of that, because we're ordering them, whether you order them, like what I usually would do is take the person that I'm working with and I order them in her name because they're for her nurses area. So that's a totally legitimate order. She's ordering, but I'm getting the money to pay for them so that she can go help me bless her nurses. Okay, I don't want to get into like, you put it in somebody else's name, you put it in the real customer's name. That's all legitimate.
So Marna,
go ahead.
Are you filling them with anything else? Okay.
Yes, so they're going to come to me, but she's the person who's ordering them.
Okay.
With me? Okay,
Yep.
So she's ordering them. Her name is on the order. We've collected all the cash. I can use my payment order account because that's legitimate. I collected the cash for her, got whatever. So,
Marna,
go ahead.
There's a couple questions, not only from me, but like obviously shipping is free because it's larger than $150 order.
True.
And you're having them shipped to you. Do you come into that quantity of when you order more than 50 on a person's name that it gets booted out of the system? So how are you tweaking that?
I believe the answer, Marie, is that for every order, there's a limit of 50. And so if you're ordering 15 or 20 at a time, I believe that you could recycle the name, or if we did come into it, maybe we'd have to use another name. I will tell you this though, I mean, this now, a lot of people have I've seen my post copied over and over in the director's success. So again, what could happen is the egg cookers could become out of stock. Who knows? I don't know how many they have. Now somebody put egg cook or micro cookie. Yes, we have a post for micro cookers. Those are a $15 donation. It's the small micro cooker. It's a can of soup or ramen noodles or something. again, a note with what they could use it for. But our note says, like, often nurses have no time to have a meal. They're on the floor 12 hours a day. We want to bless them with blah, blah, blah. You get the idea. So you could do micro cookers. You could do the ceramic egg cooker. You could do the jar. Now, the jar, I think you can still buy separately. My team was charging $25 for those because
You can't. Oh, yeah, you can't. Go ahead.
The jar itself you can buy. It's the bag you couldn't buy anymore, right? So the jar itself, I think, is about 18. Would you be able to share this in the group? I will share an example of a photo, yes, and I can give you my verbiage, yes. But my team who developed this would ask that they've seen their verbiage. I mean, somebody just copies and pastes every single word. And we don't
Maybe the workaround, Marna, would just be to screen share it versus giving us, you know, so people can see what it looks like and they can make their own.
Right.
Or Marna, send it to Patty, Marie, and I, and we'll each make a separate one up.
Yeah, I mean, you know, if you put a background on it, Christina Wiggins is on the call, and she's the one who came up with the Joy Jar. And Christina has a personal connection to a children's hospital. So her idea is to bless the families who have children in hospitals. It doesn't have to even be the healthcare worker. It could be a local children's hospital, a children's ward, and those are filled with some sweet treats and notes of encouragement and whatever you want to put in. So the jars, I think Christina posted that she was selling the jars for 20, not 25. I misspoke. I apologize, friend. That was your great idea. So this whole, what I'm bringing to you is just this general idea of leveraging this season that people want to help and often don't know how to help. And so we're going to be their elves. We're going to be, and you still could get this done because no, the cost is 20 with PC. Okay, that's what I thought. Sorry about that. She's charging 25. The cost of the jar itself is 20, and the $5, of course, chips in for, you know, the tax, getting the wrapping, getting the candy in it, and all of that. And nobody's batting an eye. You know, the egg cooker sells for 17, and we're charging 20. It's still all right. So let's talk about leveraging this whole idea. So we get people that want to sponsor these. Okay, we get all kinds of people coming in and saying, I will, I will, I will. So now let's talk about how to leverage the leverage. And that's how to leverage your donors. So are you wrapping each of the products? Yes, Pam, we're putting them in a holiday bag, putting a tag on it that says, you know, you've been blessed by a Pampered Chef customer, you know, so-and-so, and put their name on it if they're not anonymous. Yes, you're going to make it festive. This is supposed, you know, a Christmas gift. And then if you want to leverage it even more, you put your mini catalog in it, and then you put a sticker on it, and you say thank you from your Pampered Chef consultant, your name, your info, as a continuing blessing. Please accept a 20% discount from me. Okay, now the nurse gets your mini catalog with a coupon for 20% off. I didn't see that last question. What was the last question? Let me look in the chat. I'm using the term sponsor as well. Right, not donation, it's a sponsorship. You're exactly right. Would you sponsor a healthcare worker? Because I'm not a tax-free, I'm not a nonprofit. People cannot write this off on their taxes as a donation. It's a sponsorship. There's a big difference. And when you ask for a donation, yeah, that's right. No donation, sponsorship. Thank you, Samantha. So anyway, so now you're going to leverage the contact. It's an anonymous nurse, but now you're letting them know and giving them and hoping to continue the relationship, 20% off, blah, blah. Now, how about the people then who sponsored? In another week or so, we're going to take a picture of all these wonderful blessings, and we're going to send it to each person who sponsored, and we're going to thank them. And then we're going to say, and to thank you for being part of this, you know, Operation Elves or whatever you want to call it. I'd love to give you a ceramic egg cooker for your own home if you would consider hosting a party in January. Okay, so leverage, 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 leverage. You know, is home office ready for all those egg cookers? You know, Paula brought that up to me, Anthony, and quite honestly, it's too late anyway. We can't get products, we can't get anything in 6 days. We can't even get it in 6 weeks, right, Anthony? Come on. It is what it is. So
But choose different products. It doesn't
that's
have to
correct.
be, or
That's
it could be a
correct.
little, it could be a whisk that say, I whisk you Merry Christmas. Thank you for all you're doing. You know,
Yep,
I
so-
mean, it could be all different things. that
Right.
you could
Use
do
your
the same thing
imagination.
with.
If this runs out, then you'll use something else. Lisa Bailey said prep bowls. Somebody said that you could take the tortilla warmer and stuff it with some things.
Oh,
That
cute.
could be a gift. You know, you don't have to get hung up on the egg cooker, because I realized that it might run out. So the point was really to think about who needs help, how could we help them, and who can we bring in to help us bless. And that's what we're talking about, getting that done. So don't get hung up on the who or the what, just the why and the how, and you'll make it happen. Okay?
Yeah, you could even do a spice bottle with some measuring spoons. I mean, there's all different things you could do. The whole concept is by giving a gift and to say thank you.
That's absolutely correct.
So awesome. This is awesome.
Absolutely correct. And
Sorry,
then
thank you.
again, going back, thanking all of the people that did it, giving them a picture, giving them the opportunity. Maybe if you don't need bookings, then maybe offer them a 20% discount on their order and if you need sales this month, then that's what I would do, is ask everybody, do you need an egg cooker? I'd love to give you one at 20% off. Imagine, I've already had that. It's 2 first. I'll take one for me and I'll take one for, the group. All right. Another thing to leverage is what's the most effective way to promote the joy jar types of ideas? The most effective way I found is to put it on my personal Facebook page, put it in my business page, and get people to start commenting on it. And you certainly could send out a private message. You could send out a customer connection email. Hey, like what I do is I say, because I don't necessarily want to take sales away from my team. If I have directors on my team that need sales, I'm just putting my team has a goal of blessing 1,000 nurses. And, if I get in orders that I don't need and I have a struggling director, I mean, it's all money that's all unaccounted for. I could give somebody a couple of orders if we needed to, but I want it to be a team effort. So that's one of the tricks to leveraging is whatever you do, whatever ideas you get, don't just keep them, because what we try to do sometimes is just keep banging this square peg into a round hole, and we're going to do it. We're going to do, come up with the ideas and we'll do them. And the beautiful thing is when you leverage and you get your team to do it. So come up with a team goal, a team, like all of these tips. You find out what it is, and then you go train and share it with your entire organization. And that's where the magic starts to happen. We can't do this all ourselves anymore. Can't.
No, and if it's your idea today and it's someone else's tomorrow and someone else's, we are quote unquote a tribe, and
That's right.
the tribe contributes.
That's right. So, this blessing bag idea is certainly not my idea. It was just taking this season, what's happening right now, and how can we use it? All right. So leverage your team, get them the information too. Another thing you can leverage is the problem of not being able to get certain products. So we can list them in our slate, can't we? Stones, letter pans, can openers. All right, how many of you have any of those in your stock? Any of the new products that are unavailable? No, do you have any of the stones left? Do you have any of that stuff? Okay, so what I see people doing is like selling it to other consultants or whatever, which is a wonderful gesture. But why not use those to get bookings? So you put a post in your parties with pictures of products that you have that are currently not available. Hey, which one of these products do you want most in your kitchen that we can't get right now? Oh my gosh, I've got a personal pizza pan. I've got this. I've got this. Now you could say these will all become available soon, but I have one for you. And you do this in a private message. You don't put on the post, hey, who wants to have a party and get one of these? All you want to know in the post is which one of these you could word it like, which one of these hot commodities or scarcer than a hen's tooth products would you most love to have in your house this holiday season? And they're going to post, oh my gosh, I want a stone. Oh my gosh, I want this. Oh my gosh, I want that. So then you message them and say, hey friend, I'd love to get you that, that small round stone or whatever it is. Would you be willing to do a fun and fast Facebook party? If you need business this month, I guess you could still do a 3-day party. You know, you still got time if you need business this month.
You know,
right?
Marna, people have been doing 1-day parties very successfully. My one gal, Laurel Soderberg, took an idea from a call last Thursday, and she did a 1-day party on Black Friday. She did 3 of them and had $1,100 in sales. And she just felt she had just hit the wall, and
Yeah.
it totally revived her business.
Absolutely. And if you're going to give one of those hot commodity products, I would expect something very good and very quick from these people. So I think you could get that 1-day party out of them. You could do a Facebook Live party or a Zoom party. People are on our NED call. After the call, the big thing that we're focusing on is how to get back to the more personal connection that we have with customers. Facebook has turned us into sort of like a robotic business. And our heart and soul was in connecting. I mean, all of us cut our teeth on doing cooking parties. This is such a foreign way to do business. But you could connect. Kathy Barber, who's an NED in Canada, let's say you guys are running like 5 parties a week, 6 parties a week. We all are in that system and groove. What she does is shorten the amount of time that she's posting, maybe just to 1 or 2 days. And then all party guests are invited on Thursday night at 7 p.m. to join her in Zoom for her live cooking demo. And she does a live cooking demo for 5 parties all at one time in Zoom.
Awesome. That's awesome.
And she's loving it. She doesn't sit there for 7 days and post stagnant posts. She's solved the problem and she's back to her roots of cooking. And that's what I'm offering in January. And I've already got 1 week already filled. Got the 1 week filled with hosts who are we're gonna advertise, come join Marna at 7 p.m. and we'll all be on Zoom. Now Zoom, of course, records, but there is a way, I don't know if, I think it was Linda McGuire, I think it was part of your org, she shared, or it was part of the Director's Success, she shared how you can go into Zoom and in the lower left, it'll say share in groups. Was that it? Or is that Facebook Live? Now I gotta look.
It was Zoom.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was
Yes.
Zoom, and I did not share it in Director Success. I shared it in the exec group, but it is super, super easy to do.
Yeah.
So Linda, I think all the directors need to hear your suggestion because what it does is if you were to go in Zoom, you could, let's say the people didn't come and join you in the Zoom room. When you do what Linda suggests, it live streams it into those 5 parties. And you can do more than 1 party, right, Linda?
That
only
I
one?
don't know. I know that you choose, I think you can only go live into 1 group.
Oh,
That's what I did the other night. I went, but I think what also
Can you go
is
live on your business page? Because then you can
you
always
could go
share it.
live. You could go live on a page. You can go live in a group.
Yeah.
And you could also go live on your VIP group, and your hostesses for that group could possibly go in and start a watch party.
Okay.
Yeah, there's all kinds of new things coming out. So, thank you for sharing what you shared because I did not know that. I always thought I just could post the recorded Zoom link. And we all know that most people will not go watch a recorded call. Most people will not. Even directors won't in Director Success. Now, Sherry shared that Kathy Barber, she does not do anything on Facebook. I would still keep my Facebook. I would still do a Facebook party, in my opinion. I would do that, post the link there, and still have the host send it out for the Zoom link. Do you know what I mean? I still would have to have that safety net of Facebook just for a little bit of context, but it wouldn't have to. I see Samantha's talking about meal kits, so I think that maybe we should
Hey, Marna, I just reached out to my two directors, Samantha, and Paige Pearson. Our org had a happy half hour last Monday, and Paige Pearson shared how to do meal kits.
Yes, I see Samantha sharing meal kits right now.
Yeah, so if I asked them, I didn't want to throw them under the bus and start saying, hey, they could share this, but if they're willing to share, I think it's a great idea as well.
Sure. So Samantha, you were sharing, and
yeah, I don't know if Paige is on here. She's actually the one that came up with the idea, and I've kind of adapted it. So basically each year we have people, oh, Paige, you're there. You want to explain, Paige? Because you're the one that.
Sure, I can. So I came up with this idea for the meal kits. It's actually something that my church had done before, and so I kind of thought about it and tried to, adapt it to what I could do with Pampered Chef. And basically, what I do is I put together a. There I am.
There we go.
I wasn't prepared to be on camera this morning.
They're beautiful.
So basically, I put together these meal kits, and it's really. I have one right here because I've been working on it. It's one of these brown bags or just some paper bags that I can get from the grocery store. And I put a really simple, easy recipe in it. I've done the pasta minestrone, the black bean chili, just something that's all canned goods, and, not with anything that's going to go bad or whatever. And then I put 2 spices in it. And I asked, just like Marna was talking about, I asked for sponsors to sponsor a meal kit. And I, put the information out. I posted on my business group or my Facebook group, my personal page. I've sent out personal messages and also sent out an email and customer connection. And anyway, I mean, it's kind of the same concept as the blessing jars. It's just a little different twist on it. And then I deliver all the meal kits to our local food pantry. So.
And they give them out to their clients.
And they give them out to their clients,
right?
correct.
And what kind of success did you have? How long have you done it? And how many sponsorships do you usually get? Or is it just a new thing?
This will be the 3rd time that I've done it. The first time I had about 50 sponsors. Last time I had 60 to 70, I think. And so my goal this time is 100.
Love it. So you were saying that you could add a microwave pasta cooker in the upgraded version. Remember, you could also do the micro cooker, which is a much less expensive item, $11. So you could offer an upgrade for maybe 30. Instead of way up to 45. Do you know what I mean? I mean, the 45 is great too, but my point is that there's ideas everywhere and capitalizing on other people's generosity. Because you know what, sometimes some of these customers that sponsored my egg cookers have bought from me. They don't probably need anything, but they're in a position where they want to help and they thank me over and over. And the sad thing is that almost all of them have a story of someone in their family or themselves who have been sick or know somebody who is sick, and so are in the medical field. So with your idea, Samantha, we can get to, this is not just ill people, these are just hungry people, and it connects to our food mission, helping people prepare meals. I love your recipe idea. You could put the canned goods in the bag, and these people have a ready-made way to make a quick and easy meal. And of course, sponsored by Pampered Chef, that's what our mission is. Love it. Thank you, girl. That's great.
Awesome.
Great. Somebody did mention, what kinds of things you put in the joy jars. Got a picture, candy, maybe, like you could put in like one of those little Dollar Tree puzzle books or something like that, depending on who you're targeting. We did chemo bags. Remember those? We've done those for the American Cancer Society for patients undergoing chemo treatment. Then it was more like our bag with socks or treats or something in it. So thank you, Paige, and thank you, Samantha. Somebody said, how do you choose what to do? And this is, a legitimate question. You cannot bombard your customers with multiple offers within a short period of time. My advice is to pick one of these things and then stick with that and take that to the finish line. And then maybe in the next season or two, find another one, but I don't think you can go like, I'm doing these bags for the soup kitchen and I'm doing these for the chemo people and I'm doing these. Don't do that. It dilutes your message and it confuses people. And when people have too many choices, guess what? They make no choice. You
Right.
give them one choice and you'll have much better luck.
And guys, if something runs out, just move to another product and duplicate it a different way.
Exactly.
Don't, you can just call it a blessing bag, but they don't need to, in the end, they don't need to know what different things went in there. Now, are you using the host benefits as to buy more products to put in those bags, or are you doing a fundraiser for Feeding America or Hope Lodge
Well,
as an add-on?
Well, I think that suggestion would be the best. I mean, absolutely. You could be have a double blessing then. Instead of getting host rewards, you are, because I mean, I'm going to guess at this point that none of you people need another product in your house. Like, I'm pretty sure that you're under your bed storage is full, and so is your closet, and so is every place else. So Nancy's suggestion to start a fundraiser is a brilliant one, and that I'm going to take back to my directors right now. Start a fundraiser
And
for
Hope
Feeding
Lodge,
America.
Hope Lodge is only 30% till the end of the month.
Correct.
Feeding America is 30% till February 28th.
Love it.
Yeah.
We're doing a Missing You Like Cozy and giving a cozy with a soup mug and goodies to seniors in assisted living. And these are people that can actually still cook, not nursing homes, but people who have apartments. Okay, so somebody's got to capture all of the ideas that are in the chat, because there's a lot of them in there.
So make sure if you have another idea to share, things that you're doing, you put it in here. So we will copy this chat, and then we'll do up a little form of ways to bless others.
Absolutely.
But yeah, the thing, Marna, that I know I'm really encouraging people, and I think we talked about it on the NED call, and maybe you can expound even on this, because you're just amazing. And if you only started working on this 5 minutes beforehand,
5 minutes.
You're amazing. You're amazing. That's all I can say. Thank you. Thank you. Let's give Marna a big hand.
I got one more for you. Can I do one more?
You're going to continue. You're continuing. I'm just saying that there is a lot of people that you have connections with that are not necessarily your hosts. And I want you guys to think about all those companies that don't have party plan, but that sell one-to-one. So if you could reach out to people even from last year at this time who maybe haven't had any connection with us this year yet, and see if they need anything, that you're working on a special event for the Feeding America, for Hope Lodge, and give them the link if there's anything you need, or if you're searching for some gifts that you can't find elsewhere, maybe we have them. Maybe we don't, but maybe we do.
That's right.
Right? Because guys, no matter where you're ordering from, stuff is out.
That's right.
I mean, I've been ordering on Amazon for the past 10 days, and I have found more things that are out than in. So it's not just us. Okay.
I agree.
Marna, go right ahead.
So, I want to go back to the products that you have in stock that are not available. So some people were saying, how do you handle that? So it's more or less giving people the idea that these products, I know you want, tell me which one you'd like. Now, you could in your message, because this is a private message to everybody, you could in your message back to them say, I would love to bless you with that product. I have one in stock. If you would be willing to host a fast and fun one-day holiday party, you'll have that stone to use for your Christmas holidays. What do you think? Now, what do you think about mailing it? It's not that expensive. People all freak-a-deek out. I mean, you might spend $8 or $10 to mail a stone. That's not going to break me if it gets me $1,000 party. Now, if you can't afford that, then you would have to choose products that are lighter. But
Marna, if I can interrupt you just for a second, do you, oh my gosh, I just lost my, do you put a minimum on these parties?
Well, that's a great question. In my world, a party is 200. if they don't have a $200 party, they don't have a party. So, I mean, you could clarify that. I will tell you another way that some of my directors have gotten bookings in the month of December is they are saying that they will give anyone who does a $300 party 50 and free. So if somebody wants something, or if you're looking for bookings, you would say, oh, I know how she did it. She posted on her Facebook wall that silly old, would you like a chance to get $50 worth of free Pampered Chef product? Drop a number between 1 and 20. I don't understand people who do this, but they do it all the time. Now, like, it's just like, walk into my trap. Hello, this is my lair. Come in. It's my spider web. Please comment. And they do it.
And they do it. They do it.
So they comment 1 through 10 through whatever number, message them back. Hey, thanks for commenting on my post with number 4. I have $50 worth of free product that I would love to give you when you host a quick and fast holiday party. When your party reaches 300 in sales, I'll double the free to 50. So it's like, we give $25 worth of free. We're just doubling what the company is giving and giving them 50 if they would do at least a $300 party. And that's pretty doable.
Yes.
Now, another way to leverage your business is January bookings. So how many of you do have some January bookings? You got some that are going to start the first week of January because they're going to get, these little claws and all that jazzeroni. So what a lot of NEDs are doing is opening up those parties now and giving the host the next 5 days to get Christmas orders. Why? Because this is all direct ship. Doesn't matter. So they're getting a jump start on their January party by getting people who might not order in January, but they will order in December. So they're sending out the message, hey, I'm having a party in January, but my link is open now if you're in the need of some Christmas items. Here's my party link. Watch for an invitation for the party in January. And Steve Drapolsky and Stacy Itzel are doing this. And what they're doing is offering a gift. If they get to 200 in sales in December, they're giving them a gift of some kind. What they were giving them is stocking stuffers. They were using this, like, hey, I'd love to give you a holiday bundle if you can get at least 200 in orders on our January party right now.
Cool.
Okay.
So then they're letting them choose one of the 3 bundles of 3 gifts.
Yep. One of those, actually, I will tell you what Steve is doing, and you can take it or leave it. What Steve is doing is using our supply order bundles to gift them. So if you go look at supply orders, there's bamboo tongs, a set of 5, there's a set of 5, 10 knives, and there's another one. And they're all $12. Twix and clips, knives, and bamboo tongs. And his point is that you can send a supply order to anyone. Did you know that? You can go into consultant side of the business, order a supply packet, and it can ship. It says right there, where do you want to ship it to? You ship it to your host. Now,
but it would still cost you the
$7.95, the shipping. That is correct. So we asked him, so what's the benefit of doing that versus Nancy's idea, which is to take one of those bundles, which is commissionable at $25. Now, the problem is you're not closing the party. So you'd have to order those at regular price for them, the $25, because you can't put in your host order yet because the party doesn't close till January. Are you with me?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's your choice how you're going to, I can share Steve's words. I've got them written down, Cora. So it would be up to you. Maybe you don't want to offer one, but offer a little gift, something you got in stock. Like, here's an extra bonus for you. How about the opportunity to start your party now in December while people still have gift giving and holidays top of mind? I've opened up your party link. Here it is. If you'll send this message out to 10 people, I bet you can get 200 in orders. And if you can, I'll give you a blank. It's as simple as that. I mean, that's the idea. And he said he opened one of his parties is, Marie says the difference is 25 plus shipping versus 12 plus shipping. That's exactly right. No commission on the 12, commission on the 25. That's the big difference.
And no points. So.
And no points and no credit towards your sales. So if you're humping for sales this December, then I do everything in my power to make everything commissionable. That'd be foolish I would rather lose $5 more. I mean, quite honestly, if I could get parties going, and if I need points for this year, I'll give them, it doesn't have to be one of those $25 bundles then. It could be a micro cooker or anything at all. Two spices.
And the fact that the points count for this month and next month for next year's trip, that's a beauteous
Amazing.
thing.
You could give them a cinnamon. You could give them a cinnamon plus. Cinnamon plus is cheaper than the pure cinnamon. You saw that because they're diluting the pure cinnamon with other stuff, but that's all good. All right. So now we're thinking about how can we leverage our January bookings? How could we get people to consider from scratch starting a party now? So now you're going to reverse it. Now you're going to see if someone will start a party now. Hey, what would you think about doing a 1-day, 2-day holiday party? And we'll see what we can collect. And then we won't close it till January, because guess what? When I turn it in on January 1st, you're going to get these shredders for free, right? Because you can leave the party open till January. And obviously the company is not putting up any barriers to this. So again, I don't want to be thinking that we're cheating the company out of anything. We're basically starting a January party and we're collecting orders in December. Totally legitimate. Totally legitimate. So you can either go to your January parties and bring it back to them, or you can get them to book right now and tell them we'll extend it into January. So smart, because January's got some great host rewards. So Anthony's giving away an air fryer for booking. So Anthony, sir, I think we need to hear about it.
So anyone that books friends now, for January, we'll go into a drawing. And I learned this from Eileen. She did this with the blender or the quick cooker a couple of years ago, and she had like 14 bookings just like out of the woodwork. So I did that for December, friends, and it's working fantastic. So I'm doing it again for January to get my January calendar booked, and it's working out beautifully. You can order the air fryer on supply order. You can, add it to a show at 50% off. You're just going to be out, a little bit of money, but it's helping me get bookings. So I
love it.
Try it out.
And this is a big enough gift that people are going to take notice, right? Now, of course, Anthony, if I were in that drawing and I were the only name in your bag, you would not pull my name. I have no luck at all, zero. But other people love to gamble. They love the chance to be in on a drawing. And, when you break it down, Anthony, you said you got 14 bookings. And let's say this air fryer costs you $111.60 or at half price, $135. That is less than $10 a booking. If I could go to a booking store and buy January bookings for $10, I'd be plunking my hard-earned cash down, right? So smart. So smart. So someone asked how you're marketing it. I'm assuming you're marketing it in your parties, in private messages, or public posts in your parties?
Public posts, and I did it on my Instagram story, friends, my business page, my VIP page, my personal page. Everyone knew about the air fryer. And what I did was I posted, comment below, pamper me if you want to be pampered to be entered into the drawing for an air fryer. And what I did was I made a small little video in my kitchen. Hey friend, thank you so much for participating in the air fryer giveaway. Here's what you're gonna do is I'm gonna set up an online party for you, or a catalog show. I'll send you some catalogs. You collect at least $200 in orders and your name goes into a drawing. And people are like, no, thank you, or keep me in mind, or, you just send that video off to everyone that comments in the post, pamper me. So.
Got it. And you could, if you were gonna do it in a party and your current host is not part of it, you could put them in the drawing. I mean, you just say, and my current host, you're in too, friend.
So I did that in I started in November for December bookings, and I had some October hosts reach out to me, and I said, well, that's perfect. I'm going to put you into the drawing as well. So the more the merrier.
That's right. That's right. So I hate it when people do incentives out on Facebook and they'll, hey, get this for hosting a party in January. Sorry, only new bookings, and somebody says, well, I have my party booked in January. That's just not a way to do business, right? I go like, put them in the drawing, give them the free gift, for God's sakes. you know, I love that idea, though. I know that Steve is doing something with the electronics too for bookings, and I'm guessing he copied it from you, Anthony. So good deal, good deal. I don't know about that, but whatever.
I
So
don't think so.
I'm going to just give you that. Kudos. All right. So we still have the issue of leveraging back orders, what things that we can't get. So when were things going to be back in stock? Your guess is as good as mine, right? I mean, nobody has the answers exactly. I'm hoping and praying that after the holidays, our supplies will be able to be replenished. And I'm thinking in January that things are going to be better. But if someone wants a product, then my message is, would you consider hosting a party in January or December? And I will make sure you get that product. I mean, I might not be able to get it right now, but I will get it for them at some point at a reasonable price or for free if they host a party. You know, things like donut pans and stuff. I can afford to buy a donut pan when they come in stock to bless them, or I've got some in stock. So of course, as you know, everyone's working harder for bookings, and when we come up with these newer ideas, because the old, I mean, I'm going to finish with my last idea, which is to your point, Cora, about getting bookings and what we need to do to get bookings. First of all, we had a field that still was largely cooking show oriented up until March. I mean, we had the rock stars that were in the virtual world, but the majority of people in our business did not have a system of Post My Party where we could churn out 10 parties a week, 16 parties a week. That was not until March that all happened. And we saw just this huge groundswell of activity. You know, one of the goals of the company was to reach every household in America with Pampered Chef. And I think we've started our journey towards that. Virtual business has given us the opportunity to connect with people I never would have been able to connect with. But it's also created, especially in certain pockets, a lot of people have been to a lot of parties because we've been so darn successful. And so I think now we have to take a step back and work to reinvent what we're doing. We have to find the new ways, whether it's doing the Zoom like Kathy is doing, whether it's doing shorter parties, doing one-day parties, doing unparties, doing catalog parties, doing working with our customers in a more personal way. It will come back. Everything goes in cycles, guys. Everything does. What's happened now is now we have a bigger base of consultants too. I mean, we almost doubled our legion in a year. Did you know that? I mean, the company is approaching 100,000 consultants. We have a lot of people out there selling, but there's more opportunity than ever. In your parties, one of our directors, who is always under the radar, and she's always asking questions. She's a wonderful director, but she was always on the asking end of like little questions, and you know, everybody is always willing to help each other. Well, she posts in our leader group, you know, hey, it seems like I'm in Facebook jail for sending out too many messages. And then she explains what she had done that day. And we all go like, what? She is all booked until the end of April. She has 4 parties a week until the end of April, which is like, what? And I'm going to tell you what she does. All right, so here it is. On every single party, every single guest wins a prize in some fashion, every single customer. So I asked her, do you change your template? You know how we say, you know, get some tickets if you play this game and all that. She said, nope, I just run it just like we do, okay? On the last day of the party, she starts posting, and I wrote down a couple of notes. Okay, all our winners for the early bird drawing are, and she lists every single customer who placed their order by the early bird date. The winners for the early bird drawing, and she tags them all. So there might be 5 people in that. Okay, the winners for being the most engaged guests are another set of people. Then there's another category. All right, people who won for playing the games, lists everybody else. So she keeps a sheet and she starts assigning each guest a category. Do you get it? Everybody wins a prize. It's the millennial party. Woo, everybody's a winner. Woo! everybody gets a prize.
And do they get
And-
the ebook then, Marna? What is she
Yes.
sending? Just the ebook?
Yes, yes, she sends the e-cookbook, but guess what she does? She offers to upgrade like many of us do, right? Hey, I've got an e-cookbook for you. Thanks, you're a winner. But I'd love to upgrade your prize. And what she's been doing is offering either of the brownie pans. Now, I was offering $25 anything. And again, I think it's too broad. I think you have to rein it in and give them maybe 2 or 3 choices. You could have any of these for free if you'd consider, and then you go into your booking spiel.
And
She
do
says,
they-
you know, there's about 25 people in a party on average. So she'll say like 7 of them are in this category, 7 in this. And she said they never question it. They're just so freaking happy to be announced as a winner. It's the craziest thing ever. So all day long, she'll spend on Saturday messaging, hey, congratulations for winning. And she puts down what they won. I have an e-cookbook for you. Which one would you like? But I'd love to also upgrade you. And she gets bookings galore
So is she giving the extra upgraded gift
at the
at
party.
the party when it's held?
Yep.
Okay. So she's not, is she still sending the ebook now and then sending?
Correct. Yep, the
Okay.
ebook comes out right now. That's right. So someone's asking, if you only have one of those and 5 people come in and have the party, do you just have a raffle for that? I mean, like for your stranded goods, the products that you have, I would only go with the one you've got at this point. I would say I've got one, and you know, we probably can order one for you at your party. I mean, you know, those are all some particulars that maybe I didn't think through quite all the way. But I mean, I'm imagining that my picture would be current stock only, and you know, the first one who takes me up on, you could even put on the post, oh, the so-and-so is spoken for, I still have these. I mean, I don't know. It's just thinking about what's happening right now, which is shortage of products, and how can you leverage what you got sitting in your cupboard? That was my whole thought, is what can I do with these products that other people want? And it doesn't do me any good to sell it to them. That's just a one-way street. I could give it to them.
Right.
Okay, so what were the 3 categories of winners? Okay, a couple that she wrote down. Let me see here. Early bird, game players, raffle ticket winners. That's
Most
just like
engaged.
generic, like they could have
Yeah.
earned raffle tickets.
Most engaged.
Yep, engaged rock star guests, and pretty much with those 4 categories, you'll have 6 to 8 people in each category. You should be able to cover all your guests. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
You could even have, you know, like buying guests could be in a category. Like, I don't know what you could call those people. Hey, you know, thanks for all of our purchasers. You're all went. I mean, you just be creative. She creates a category for everybody. It's the craziest thing I've ever heard.
Marna, that is like brilliant. That's like
Brilliant.
gold. And I love your word leverage. You know, honestly, you know, Pampered Chef should have hired you for the home office long ago. Thank God you didn't get taken from the field, because you are getting
Whatever.
better with age. I mean,
True.
seriously, your mind, and I don't know if it's your girls who are in marketing and they're giving you great stuff, but the word leverage, like do the fundraiser, do the gifts, do the, oh my God. And then the mini catalog in the 8 cooker, and then and like, it's like one thing on top, thinking about all the triple dippers with the cherry on top. So
That's right. That's right. Now, a lot of ideas. I mean, like I say, this is Ann Miller who did this message every person. But then, you know, then we kind of, you know, get extracted and kind of build on it. Like, you know, like I'm saying, the Rockstar Guest is just a category that I came up with. And like the blessing bags is one thing, but it was the idea of offering the discount and doing this. And, you know, that's what I think I'm good at, is taking an idea and then rigging out every little bit.
well, you're the one who taught us, or at least taught me, about the 5-word commenting, and really making a habit every day of commenting on other people's posts so that you see them. I'm a little leery about you asking everybody to friend request you. Like, is that, I mean,
No, that's good. If they come from their side and friend request me, I mean, unless you don't want customers as your friends, I don't know of any downside.
Yeah.
It's not a downside as far as Facebook algorithms or rules. That's good. It's
Yeah.
when we send out the friend request that we get in trouble, you know, if we send out too many. Isn't there a limit for Facebook friends? Glenna, there is. It's 5,000. So I will tell you what one of my directors did a couple of years ago. Yep, you can only have 5,000. I'm at about 4,100. So she did what we call cull the herd. And that is, hey, who in my friends list sells Pampered Chef? Delete, 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 delete. She got rid of a lot of consultants who through the years had friend requested her that she doesn't need on her friend page anymore. Now you could do the same thing. You could go through your friend list and start deleting if you get too close to 5,000, because I'm at 4,100.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So note to all, if Marna asks, don't answer if we're a consultant. That's right. That is right.
Yeah, that's right.
But so I think I've done all that I can do here. I think I've covered everything. I talked about back orders, your stock. I love, you know, using Linktree to get people to like all of your stuff at once. I love Anthony's air fryer. That's brilliant. We can take January parties and turn them into December. We can take December parties and take them into January. We can bless up people with a million different things. I think we got this covered, guys. I mean, there is no reason that we can't finish this year out as strong as we intended it to be. You've got all kinds of ideas. I hope your mind is twirling now. And you can get out today, don't wait, get those bookings, use some of these tricks, and start working in your parties a little bit more intently. Find a Facebook buddy to start helping you with the commenting. Remember, I shared a whole bunch of things. You can't do them all, but start with something. That's my message.
Marna, you're amazing.
She is. She the best.
Yeah, I felt it was a God call on Saturday when I was calling to thank you, and then I turned into asking. So thank you so much for.
Oh, thank you for asking. Thank you guys.
You're just amazing all the time,
Inspirational.
and we needed you today. So
I needed you. I needed you. Thank you guys.
And anything that I can do in return for you, just please ask. Okay?
Thank you. I got all kinds of ideas from you for the fundraiser idea. That's brilliant, and for. And for all of the like the food pantry idea, love that. I'm going to run with that, not this month, but when I need it.
Yeah, I've got another idea, but I'm going to end the recording right now because we want this to be all about Marna. Okay.